Welcome to Vintage Gaming Memories. Shall we play a game?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For this video, obviously there's no unboxing, as you can see the items right here, and I just picked this item up the other day from a Facebook Marketplace listing. Now this is a circa 1980s Solar 8-track tape player, model number 225. This is a pretty unique player. I haven't seen this advertised or heard much about it on the internet. I know it's manufactured from Japan, but I don't know much about this company, Solar. As far as the player itself, it is pretty simple looking. It does take 6 C-size batteries. Let's check that out. And that looks very clean. And it is an option for an AC or DC input, which I do not have. Side here is where you insert your 8-track tape. And then on front view here is your speaker. There's your channel select between 1 through 4. And this is your volume control, 0 to 10. That is it. Not much to do with this, right? Now the seller did say that this originally worked when he got it, but he hasn't tested it recently. So we need to examine this pretty closely and make sure it does work. It does look kind of beat up. I did wipe it down briefly. I didn't really do a hard wipe, but look at this. I mean, it's all scuffed up in the back, which hopefully I can buff it out with some stuff I have. What else? You can see the grill is all dusty, which I could probably get this out and clean it. A lot of stuff to do, but we will go ahead and examine this more as I take this apart, because I'm going to look on the inside as well, and then come right back to you. I have to apologize for this part of the video. This is the first time I ever had this experience in the year and a half, I guess you could say, of having this channel. So here's what happened. I had a really good video to show you, but when I was editing, I overused the Control-Z function. You know, the Windows undo shortcut, which I often use. I ended up unable to recover about 5 minutes of video that I moved from a separate device onto my desktop because I accidentally did Control-Z too many times. But that's okay, because I can explain the issue this player had with these pictures. And as you can see here, the white plastic housing is what holds the playhead in place. And there's a screw hole in the center, which you can see that has that blue color around it. I think that's a form of Loctite to keep it from loosening, because it will vibrate as you change tracks. That screw hole has a set screw that no longer held the playhead in place because the plastic housing cracked. It's cracked right in the middle of the screw hole threads. And in this picture, you can see the playhead was just dangling inside. Here I've zoomed in so you can see the break, which is brownish in color on the white plastic, and it's pointed out by those 2 arrows. Now there's a few options I can go with, since a replacement part is definitely not an option. I could 1, super glue it, or 2, use a hot glue gun, or 3, even just melt some 3D printing filament into that hole to make that solid, and then I would rethread the screw. So here's what I chose to do. All right, what I did was, as you can tell here, decided to go with the super glue option. Actually, it's Gorilla Glue, and didn't want to use the filament, the 3D printing filament, which would have been kind of interesting to melt that into the plastic and then remake that hole, rethread the screw, which is more of a set screw that holds the playhead in place. That's this right here. So we'll try this and see how it goes. So give me 1 second. I'll put this all back, and then we'll try putting the tape in and see if it actually reads. All right, back and ready to go here. I have everything put back together. The playhead is secured within the plastic support. It seems to be pretty tight, not moving at all. I did put the belt back on the capstan shaft, so that's ready to go. Batteries are in, and I think that's about it. So let's first test this out with just initiating the motor, and I'm going to use just a screwdriver here to hit the lever And there we go. It's spinning nice. So that looks good. Now we'll try with an actual 8-track tape. I'm going to be very careful to make sure this doesn't start eating it up. Because once you put this in, it's going to start playing. So let's watch this carefully. Try to shimmy it in. It's not going in easily, but there we go. All right. I hear it. Did not eat my tape. Great. So let's try this again. I'm going to change the tracks and see if that works. I should have probably cleaned both of the heads, the left and right channel on this, which I could do in a second. Looks good. A success for this. Just a little bit of working around on that support for the playhead. Again, the other option was to go ahead and melt some of that 3D printing filament, but didn't have to do that. That Gorilla Glue, I should show you what it looks like. This is it here. So I use Gorilla Glue a lot. This has just been great. It definitely holds tight whatever you're trying to glue together. I've never had any issues. For a little job like this, can't hurt. Again, if it failed, I had another backup option anyways. What's next? Now we know it does play. It's not eating my tape because I could see it here. If it started to eat it up, we'd have a whole bunch of tape inside here and I'd be very upset. But that looked pretty good. I'm going to clean those heads. I did not clean that play head really thoroughly. I did clean it just without alcohol, but I'm going to use some 91% ISO alcohol on it, and I'm going to clean the insides, clean everything else, and I'll be right back to show you how it looks. Well, here's the final product. Everything's put back together, polished. A lot of the scuffs, as you can see in those pictures of the before and after, are no longer there. Check that out. It looks really good on the back. Very clean. Only one thing I'm going to do right now is fix that lettering for channel select, where you can barely read select. So watch this. How does that look? A lot better. I just used some of my paint marker, white in color. One of these. Really cheap and handy to have. Actually comes in a whole variety of colors. Got this on Amazon. And it comes in handy when you're doing a lot of this, you know, cleaning up and restoring some of these vintage items that have some of these raised letterings that are just faded away. So I found it very handy with toys and equipment like this. Anyways, the rest of this looks awesome. The cartridge slot, nice and shiny there as well. And as you saw from those still photos, the before and after, just really a big difference. And a lot of that cleaning came off of the Novus One, as well as a magic eraser. Now also on the inside, I did do some lubrication for the pot on the volume. I used the oxide on that. I did use some simple household oil for the spring on the cartridge insert that actually holds it in place. There's a little spring that's further down, and as well as a spring on a channel select that pushes this back out. And that sounds a lot better and it feels a lot better, so that definitely helped. And then of course, the last but not least, I did clean the heads one more time thoroughly with some 91% ISO alcohol. And we're ready to go. One last try here with some music. It should sound just as good, if not better. pretty much it. Not bad for a $20 purchase that cleaned up really nicely and does work now. Let me know if you've ever seen this particular model. Give me some comments and feedback. I'd appreciate it. I really don't have any other 8-track players other than this, and this is cool to be portable as well. So who knows what else I'll add on to the collection. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to showcase this very unique looking Solar 8-track player from the 1980s. If you have any information regarding this, or if you have any feedback or comments, please comment down below. I'd love to read them. Be sure to subscribe, and until next time, keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.